Oh, there he is. You saw that picture? You saw that picture?
Yes. Well, cat's been let out of the bag, so our guest is Ramsey Nouah. Hi, everybody. Let's welcome Ramsey Nouah, one of Nigeria's greatest actors.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for the accolade.
It's good to have you with us, Ramsey. I mean, I've been on this program forever, and we are just now, after, I'm not going to say how many years, but it's more than 15 years, we're just now able to bring you here.
Why?
Don't say that. Don't make me seem like Mount Everest or Kilimanjaro.
One of the two.
Well, I think it's just been like, there's just not the right time most of the times, because I've been invited a few times here, I must admit, and most of those times I'm usually not around, unfortunately.
Thank you very much for coming. Well, who doesn't know Ramsey? Which Nigerian doesn't know Ramsey Nouah?
No. There are few.
Even if you don't watch Nollywood, some people say, oh, I don't like watching Nigerian movies. And I met such a group that I was telling you about, South Africa, Nigerians. South Africa, from one of them lives in America, another one lives in the UK. And they were talking in a restaurant, minding their own business, and I was supposed to be minding mine. But when I heard, we don't watch Nigerian, excuse me, guys, have you watched 76? Maybe you should before you make that comment. And they promised that they would go out and look for that movie and watch it, because Ramsey, I think that was your most celebrated role. Tell us about 76. When you got the script, what did you think?
Well, it was because it took a long time for pre-production, because it's quite an intensive story. The director wanted to tell the story, not just like every other day kind of story. So he went all out, and we even had to shoot on film just to tell the story. So the executive producers had to go the extra mile to provide the budget for all of that, because he wanted it to be canned so that it can be like an evergreen movie, and because it's part of our history, so people can watch it over time, you know, and all of that. And
do you think he succeeded?
Yes, I believe he did. I believe the one thing about 76 is that it's going to be an evergreen. Like, you pick it up 10 years today, you watch it, and it will still resonate, you know, exactly the way it did today when people watched it. Yeah, and when I was given the role, I was like, wow, I've been meaning like forever to play a military role, you know. And I've been wanting to,
You took it well. You took it to the cleaners.
Thank you. So when Izuojuku told me, like, look, this is what we're working on, the next project, I'm like, oh, I'm looking forward to this, you know. I need to do this. So I was quite overwhelmed by the character and by the status of the entire project put together. I was quite overwhelmed. I was happy about it. Hence, we did whatever we could to pull it through. I mean, principal photography took about 6 months. I mean, that's the longest ever in my 27 years in this industry being on set, on one set.
Ramsey, we're going to do something.
Yes.
We're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
I'm now the director of this movie.
Go ahead.
So we'll take a quick break. And when we'll come back, we'll look at you in Fortunes and you in 76. I mean, I still remember that picture of you in Fortunes when you sound like one
And then we'll talk
American
about young Ramsey Nouah.
And young Ramsey Nouah. We'll be back shortly, don't go away. Okay, well, come back. So Ramsey, when you came out, when a lot of people got to meet you, was when you featured in that soap, Fortunes.
That's right.
You had a brother. Both of you looked like you just came back from America, and
I know, right?
Were the rough ones and all that. But from that time till date, what's it been like for you?
I wouldn't categorically say that. It's been a roller coaster. There's been some ups and downs in the industry. I've come to be so very passionate about the industry, because, like my art, I feel it very deeply in every every sphere. I love my job.
So do I.
And I always like to play it as best as I can, every way possible. So, well, since Fortunes till date, we've had some, you know, good growth in the industry. As you can tell, there was a moment of, you know, VHS You know, grew to VCD, VCD to DVD,
and now
today we're
really,
cinema. I mean, and that's the growth we've been wanting.
What we call real to real.
Real to
Yes, exactly.
Or celluloid.
So here we are today, and then my dream has always been from the start to see, you know, our films, our jobs, you know, on that international platform being well celebrated. 76 was one of those movies. And I'm very, very happy and proud about it.
You don't talk about any other project as much as you talk about 76.
No, I do. 76 is like, you know, the thing of the moment right now. Is what everyone can remember. I mean, there are a couple of other good movies. Fortunes at the time was a TV soap.
Yeah.
And that propelled me into film industry. I mean, the film industry was still very, very young. In fact, there was no film industry at that point in time. So I was part of those who started it, you know, the Nollywood and all of that. And we did a couple of movies that at a time that was quite good. Like
how did you get to manage the stereotype? You got to a point where you were just pegged lover boy.
Lover boy, I know. Yeah, and now that was a major concern for me. So I was always, at some point, I was always looking for other things, because every producer, director is always thinking about how they want to market the movie. And they're thinking, okay, there's a stereotype of Ramsey just being a lover boy. When it comes to Ramsey and babes and girls, he knows how to deal with it. So just give him the role. As a matter of fact, they just write stories for that. And I'm like, okay, fine. I need to change.
I need a break.
Yeah, I need to show my ability for being versatile. So I needed to show my versatility. And then came, you know, some good movies like Figurine, like the one we saw there, and then Figurine was like still lover boy, no doubt, but you know, with a twist to it, you know.
Tempered.
Yeah, and then came, of course, the comedy part, 30 Days in Atlanta. You know, people didn't think that, okay, Ramsey, or that serious guy-looking thing, could be a clown too sometimes, you know. So and then came 76.
The military.
Yeah, which of course still had a bit of love in it, but then you could see the other side of, you know, some firm military. He's not just all lovey-dovey.
Okay, so who's Ramsey Nouah? Leave the actor.
Just coined me as simplicity in sophistication.
This actor here grew up in Surulere.
Indeed, yeah.
And he attended Atara Primary School.
Yes.
And Community Grammar School.
Yes.
Before he went and got a diploma from the University of Lagos.
Yes.
Okay. Right. So, you are now one of the big boys in acting in Nigeria. And I'm sure there are many young boys out there who look at Ramsey and say, I want to be like Ramsey.
Yeah.
What is your advice to them? You didn't just wake up one day and decide, I want to be an actor. You had to work at it.
That's right.
So please tell them, advise them what they have to do to become Ramsey.
I always say that in every arm, whatever industry, whatever profession you find yourself, if you're not passionate about your job, then you'll have difficulty. That means you're just doing it for the sakes of what you get or benefit from it. I believe strongly that passion is what actually drives everything in life. And if you want to be like an achiever, most times we are devoid of what we benefit from our profession. We are thinking about how much to give to it rather than what to take from it. And that's what I am. I'm always this kind of person that I want to give more to my industry than take from it. I mean, today is paying off. It's paying off very well. You know, I can't complain. But it started off being just passionate about it, wanting to give it my all and all, not half-measuredly, no. So, and that's what drives me, and that's what I can say to you, like, just be passionate about whatever you do, and I can guarantee you that will be your instant success.
You're one of the most sought-after actors, actors in Nigeria.
That's because there isn't many of us anymore.
How do you wear that?
I don't know. Well, it's a good thing, and I think it's your work that tells, of course. I mean, you'll be sought after if they know that you're good at certain things and they want it done, and people are looking for, they'll come look for you. If you're a good carpenter, you can do very great furniture. People will come after you. You know.
Okay. I'm going to budge in here because some people have been asking questions. You're a family man.
Yeah.
So in In a very short period, if you can just tell us about your person at home, about family.
Oh, my
I mean, you were quoted as saying that you're still married because of your wife.
Indeed.
Oh.
I'm married. I've been married for like 15 to 16 years now. And and then we have 3 kids. We have a boy, he's 14, and a girl, 12. And then our last born, he's 4. And it's a wonderful family that I have. My wife is like what I always say, a triple woman. She's this woman who can actually deal with people of our status, because it's not easy to actually get married to actors of our kind. And a lot of women will ask you, how does your wife cope with all this your escapades on camera and all of that? I'm like, because she's a triple woman, that's how she copes. She's not just regular. She doesn't complain and banter and then argue and fight over little things, no.
Okay, Ramsey, we will have to go. I want to thank you so much for joining us today. We hope we can drag you back here again real soon.
As soon as you
as
can.
Soon as you can. Okay, but later before we go, there was a poll we put out, and the question was, how would you rate the government's efforts at rebuilding the Northeast? The results were supposed to be in 1 hour 30 minutes, so now we've collated, and this is what we have out there. So we had excellent, good, poor, and very poor. Excellent, good, poor, and very poor. So we had 12% votes for excellent, 43% good, poor 29%, very poor 16%. The question was, how will you rate the government's efforts at rebuilding the Northeast? And the results are excellent 12%, good 43%, poor 29%, very poor 16%.
So we'll stick with good. So that's our package for today, and we want to thank you very much for letting us be a part of your first day of April. We'll see you next week. I'm Alero Edu.
Are you sure April Fool will not happen next week? Would the show go on? I'm Neil Tagbe. Thank you so much. Go out there and be a good citizen. Love yourself. Love your neighbor. Bye-bye.